If you are a student, or maybe you have a child who recently graduated, have you ever heard of the gap year? It's when a student takes a year off before starting college. So is this a good idea? Ron Carruthers from Ducerus College Solutions is here this morning with the pros and the cons on this. Ron, thank you so much for coming in. We certainly do appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
So the gap year is essentially just that. It's taking that year off so maybe somebody can catch their breath or do some volunteer work or something. There's a lot of pros, though.
Well, first off, it's been really popular in the UK and Australia and other countries. It's thought that the kids are burnt out, they need a break. It really gives them some life experience and gets them refreshed to go back to college. And the statistics really show that that's true. And so the pros are they get work experience, they get a chance to make some money.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of really good that can come of it for the right student.
And that's the key, the right student.
Correct.
Because a lot of times people take this year off and this is like the party year. That is not the goal of taking this year off, no.
No, I mean, it may be fun for the student. The parents find they don't really get anything out of it. And so it's gaining in popularity here. And again, parents need to weigh this with their own kids. But I can tell them some tips on it. First off, one of the big parents' fears is that the kid's just not going to go back.
I think that that would be a valid concern.
Absolutely. The numbers don't support it. And when you look at the overall numbers that 30% of students don't return for their second year of college anyways, only a handful graduate in 4 years anyways, a gap year can be a really good idea because most of those students come back focused and more ready for college because they had the break.
Okay, so let's talk about the ways to make this gap year successful. Make sure that you get your SAT and your ACT done first.
Absolutely. It's not an excuse for a student to avoid applying to college or avoid taking the test or doing the things that they would normally do. So tip number one is go ahead and apply and get accepted at college even if you're going to take the gap year, and then turn around and request a deferral.
Okay, so I want to reiterate that again. You still need to apply, and you still need to apply as if you're going to the school that year without taking the gap year.
Ideally.
And then at that point, once you've gotten your acceptance, then make the request for
Correct.
a deferral.
Correct.
Okay.
And many schools will do it. Princeton, Harvard, MIT, all encourage it. But some schools don't. Pepperdine recently, we had a student ask, absolutely, they were adamant they would not grant him a gap year. On the other hand, the kid's already been accepted, so when he goes back to reapply, he can send that acceptance in with it, like, look, you accepted me once.
Okay, good to know.
So, oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the next tip to make sure that this is successful is make sure that you keep in touch with that school that you hope to go to the next year during that year that you're taking the break.
Absolutely. If you're doing something interesting, traveling, volunteering, working, you want to shoot the occasional email or card letting them know, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm still looking forward to coming in the fall of 2013, let's say,
AKA,
or 2014.
don't forget me.
Yeah, here I am.
Yeah.
Here's a postcard.
I'm still alive.
Here's me.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect. Good to know. And then also, this can be beneficial if there may be some money problems before you start school, taking that year off to start saving.
Well, it's two things. Number one, we teach classes all the time for parents who have saved money in the wrong place or have just not arranged their affairs correctly according to the financial aid system.
Okay.
So we don't actively encourage this, like tell your kid to take your care off. But if a parent has done everything wrong and put money in the wrong place and done things or just doesn't have a plan, it does buy them a year. So there can be an advantage to that. And the other thing that we really recommend is that the kid have a plan. In other words, don't just let the gap year be this blank slate of 12 months before they start school, but have a plan, and there's lots of really good websites. One website, interimprograms.com, lists 5,600 options that a kid can do for the gap year.
Oh, that's fantastic.
5,600.
And say that website one more time for folks.
Interimprograms.com.
Interimprograms.com. We only have about 20 seconds left. Any cons to this gap year, taking the gap year?
You know, we haven't seen it. The big one is the deferral. If the kid doesn't get a deferral, sometimes they get bummed out and they get torn. Like, should I go to school or shouldn't I? We always encourage them, take the gap year. You'll really enjoy it if it's, if you're thinking about it, and then worry about that the other later.
Perfect. You
but
also have a plan. That's the most important part, is to have a plan. Like Ron said, don't have this blank slate year. You'll be sorry later. You have some workshops coming up for folks.
Yeah, we're not talking about the gap year, but we are talking about the financial aid stuff. So we've got lots of workshops in San Diego. Predominantly, we've done them in the past in North County. We're doing them in San Diego. So if folks want to learn more about the financing and how to get money for college, they can come to one of our workshops.
And we have some of the information on our screen right there. The workshops are June 11th, 12th, and the 14th. Here's what I'm going to do. We're just going to put them all on our website at CW6.com because it's in 4 completely different parts of the county. So there should be one close to your home. Have a chance to go. Is there a cost to attend these workshops?
Nope, they're totally free.
It's
totally information, nothing sold. Parents will love it.
Okay. I mean, don't miss out. This is your great opportunity. If your child is in middle school, just starting high school, this is ideal for you. I promise you won't be sorry. Ron, thank you so much for coming in this morning. We certainly do appreciate it. Again, those workshops will be on our website, CW6.com. Let's go.